Welcome back to Movie Recaps. Today I will show you an action, sci-fi, thriller film from 2013, titled The Colony. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The new ice age has left the Earth frozen and banished the last of humanity underground. Inside one of the last remaining outposts, an alarm echoes through the corridors. Two of the people hear distant cries and run away from them. They get to a hatch and beg to be let in. A second outpost can be seen. There, a man is fixing one of the satellite dishes, when the hatch opens and three men get out. One of them begs for one more day to live, but Mason isn't willing to take the chance because the man's sickness is getting worse and he doesn't think he'll get any better. The man accepts his fate and chooses to take the walk instead of being shot. Mason doesn't want to honor his right to do it. Sam joins them and reminds them that the man has a choice, but Mason thinks that he'll only come back to the colony like the sick ones always do. The two argue, but when the man tries to run from them, Mason shoots him cold. Living in the confined space of the outpost has made the common cold a dangerous enemy to the survivors, fearing every possibility of an outbreak. For that reason they created a set of rules to battle it. First, the sick person is quarantined, but if they don't get any better they can choose between a bullet and a long walk in the snow. The outpost that Sam belongs to is one of the rare places where life can exist under the ice, where seeds can be stored and food grown. People flock to places like those, but their numbers quickly dwindled. Some of them believe in an impossible paradise with blue skies. Sam doesn't believe in those stories though. Furthermore, he's more afraid of other people than the flu. Suddenly, Briggs passes by him and Sam follows him. Briggs knows exactly what he will tell him and informs him that the man's blood test was positive and that he had to die. Sam tells him that Mason didn't respect the man's wishes to take the walk, making Briggs pause. He doesn't like that either, but he tells Sam that they have a bigger issue to worry about. They go into the communications room and Cooper tells them that Colony 5 hasn't replied to any of his calls, even though they've sent them a distress message. Briggs tells Cooper what to do next and sends Sam to help Victor with the livestock. As he's going toward him, Cooper makes an announcement informing everyone to be in the hall for a general meeting in half an hour. When he enters, Victor asks him if he'll be able to save the rabbits. The last litter was stillborn and from the 12 left only one is female. The others don't want a mate. Meanwhile, Briggs goes to talk to Mason about the man he shot. He's not happy that he didn't give him his choice. Mason replies that it was him that gave him the job, so he asks for the opportunity to do it, with a little more respect from Briggs because they have history. Kai is working and hears Sam come in. She tells him that he didn't scare her and they kiss. He tells her that he needs pellets for the rabbits and while she looks for them, he asks about the thing she's working on. Kai thinks that she can find working weather modification tech, hopeful that it might help them get out of the ice age. Sam doesn't like the idea of using the tech again, but asks her to take him with her when she does find it. They leave to get to the meeting on time. Everyone is gathering in the hall. Before Sam approaches a couple, the man Dexter tells his wife not to cough. Sam speaks to him, but notices that they're not feeling well and suggests that they go back to their room. Briggs walks in as the meeting is about to start, when he suddenly catches a kid stealing his lighter. He informs everyone of the situation with Colony 5 and given the fact that another colony shut down the previous year, Briggs thinks that it's worth checking up on them. He tells Cooper to see how many radio parts he can spare, then asks for 2 volunteers for the team he's assembling. Mason doesn't think they should spare anything or anyone, considering the colony might have been struck by the flu. Reynolds backs him up, but Kai says that they need to look after each other. Briggs asks Dexter to join the team when Sam volunteers in his stead, saying he's needed there. Victor's son Graydon also volunteers, to the displeasure of his parents. Briggs accepts both volunteers and places Kai in charge of the colony until he gets back. Before the meeting ends, Dexter's wife coughs and scares everyone away. Briggs gives Mason a look and they take the couple to quarantine together. He tells Dexter that they should have said something earlier. Mason wants to give them the test immediately, but Briggs tells him to wait for him to come back. He says that he should consult with Kai in the meantime, but Mason doesn't think she could make the big decision. Sam has a nightmare that he's lost in the snow as a boy and finds his mother dead. He wakes up. Kai walks up to him as he tells her about it and she says that it's not his fault. She's worried that he's leaving and tells him to come back to her. The next day, the team is leaving the safety of the colony. The 3 of them trek through a frozen and abandoned city. They arrive to one of the weather modification machines. Graydon wonders if it still works, but Briggs tells him that it was damaged a long time ago. They continue their journey through the icy landscape and arrive at a bridge, suspicious if it's safe to cross. Slowly navigating between the gaps, they reach a bigger one which they would have to cross by a dangerous path. Briggs has a close call, but they still manage. Once on the other side, Graydon spots a vehicle on the bridge. There seems to be a man sitting next to it. They proceed toward it with caution, and when they arrive they see that the man has shot himself as well as his wife. Briggs keeps them moving forward, with no clue why the man was out there. In the middle of their journey they reach a crashed helicopter, commonly used as a shelter during such treks. Briggs calls their colony to inform them of their progress. Cooper informs him that Dexter and his wife are getting worse. Mason insists on giving them the test. Briggs gives Cooper the authority to use force against Mason if he steps over another boundary. After the call, Briggs tells Sam that the helicopter is close to the place where he found him. Sam tells Graydon the story of how he got there. When his group of survivors ran out of supplies, the men went out to get help in the city and never came back. People started dying in their shelter, so he wanted to get his mother and sister out of there. They went out looking for a better place, but got hit by a storm. He was the sole survivor, only because Briggs had found him. They arrive at the outskirts of Colony 5 the next day. As they head closer to the entrance they see blood on the snow and can smell smoke from inside. Briggs goes in first, while the two wait for him outside. Graydon gets scared to go inside, but Sam tells him that they need to stick together. There's more blood inside. Sam asks how many were left the last time Briggs was there, and he tells him that there were 50 of them. They go deeper into the colony outpost, finding more blood on the ground. Briggs gives Graydon a gun. Quietly sneaking through the outpost, they see it's completely trashed and spattered with more blood all over. The boy comments that all of the people must be dead, when they hear noises in the distance. They follow the banging, thinking that someone might be alive. Sam hurries up front to find the source of the sound. They reach a door that looks like it has taken a lot of pounding. He unlocks it and Briggs goes first. They see someone inside and think that he's dead. When they get closer to him, he jumps up and scares them. The man tries to fight them off, clearly petrified. They tell him that they're there to help. He asks if they're gone and tells them to lock the door. Sam gives him some water and the man introduces himself as Leland. He also asks for some food as they keep questioning him. Leland is unsure how long he was in the room or if anyone else is alive. Briggs says that they got their distress signal and came there to help. The man tells them that they repaired the antenna and got amazing reach from it. His colony received a partial transmission. A video of a man is seen, explaining that they have repaired one of the weather machines and have successfully melted the permafrost, reaching fertile ground. They only need someone to bring them seeds to grow there. Their location is only partially transmitted in the message. Leland tells them that they sent a team to find the source of the message, but never found the people. Someone found the colony's team and followed them back. He shows Sam the location where they've triangulated the message, when Briggs tells him that they'll take him back with them. Leland is too scared to leave the room. Sam tells him that there is no one outside and that they knew he was there because of the knocking. But, he says, he wasn't the one knocking. Briggs orders Graydon to call their colony and Sam to take anything they can carry back. He finds dynamite in one of the drawers and the boy informs him that the colony isn't responding. Briggs says that they'll radio again when they get back topside. They get ready to leave and suddenly hear a terrible noise outside. Briggs checks on it, but when he doesn't see anything close by, he tells the rest to get Leland and move. The four of them leave the room, when Leland escapes Graydon's grasp, gets back inside and locks the door. The other three go through the corridors of the outpost and keep hearing more banging and screaming. Deeper inside the outpost, they hear someone moving behind a curtain. Graydon doesn't think they should be there and they turn all of their lights off. Moving closer to the sound they enter a bloodbath. Among the mess, one man is butchering a body, another man is feeding on one and a third man is sharpening his teeth. All of the colonists have been murdered. The butcher smells them and turns around, but Sam gets him. More awaken from the pile of dead bodies and get ready to go after the three men. Sam shoots the cannibal leader and they start running. The cannibals immediately head after them. Briggs activates a dynamite stick, but gets just a few of them. Graydon runs up front and gets caught by two cannibals who instantly attack him. Briggs and Sam come to his aid shooting at the cannibals, but more start showing up. They manage to fight them off, but there's nothing they can do for Graydon. The two of them continue running. Sam shoots another one and runs out of ammo. Briggs stays back and breaks the stairs off before the cannibals can reach them. Suddenly, there's another one on his level. They fight, but Briggs gets him too. The rest of the cannibals arrive and see the damage he has done. When he joins Sam outside, he throws dynamite down the chute, closing the opening to the colony. The two of them run away from the outpost and take the same route home. Eventually, they get to the chopper. Sam thinks that they should continue walking to their colony, but Briggs says that they won't make it because the temperature is dropping too fast. Later that night, Sam asks Briggs about the cannibals. He tells him that people would do terrible things to survive. Briggs shares an army story with him about something that happened during the relief effort. He'd seen people lose control and go feral, with nothing human left in them. During the relief, Briggs found himself in a situation where he saw people turn on each other the same way as the cannibals. Him and Mason had left that shelter, trying to find a place where nothing like that can happen. Sam mentions the transmission and Briggs tells him that they'll try to find it when they get back, since they have seeds ready to be planted. The next day, Sam sees that the cannibals have followed their footprints to the helicopter. He's afraid that they'll lead them back to the colony, but Briggs thinks they can stop them at the bridge. They head for it fast, with the cannibals right on their trail. Once on the bridge they continue running and jump the giant gap, then Briggs takes out the dynamite, ready to blow it out. He leaves the dynamite next to the gap and they hide, but the fuse goes out. Sam doesn't want to let him go to light it again, so Briggs knocks him out. The cannibals are getting closer and the wind doesn't allow him to light the fuse again. A few almost get to him, but they fall through the gap. Briggs finally lights the fuse and taunts them to come closer to him. He fights a few of them off, when the dynamite explodes in his hands, tearing a massive hole in the bridge. The leader is still alive and he sees Sam on the other side. Sam continues to run toward the outpost by himself. He passes by the weather machine and eventually gets to the outpost. Meanwhile, Mason and Reynolds have taken Dexter and his wife outside and ignore his pleas to give her the test. Mason shoots her and says that there will be no more tests. Kai joins them outside and points her gun at him. He wants things to change in his direction at the colony and they argue, when they hear Sam calling for help. Kai goes after Sam and Dexter runs away. When she reaches Sam, Mason comes up behind her and knocks her over. Later, Sam wakes up and two women are standing over him, telling him that he's safe. He was out for a few hours. Victor asks about his son and Sam tells them that they lost both him and Briggs. Mason walks in and cuffs him to the bed, telling him that there has been a change in command. He says that rations will be cut in half and anyone showing sickness will be tested immediately. Sam tells them about what happened at Colony 5 and the cannibals that followed them out. He also tells them about the message, but Mason doesn't believe him and leaves. The little thief gives Sam the keys to the cuffs. Victor and Mason check for the cannibals outside. Then they check the monitors, but find nothing. Reynolds comes in and tells him about Sam getting out, so they run after him. In the meantime, Sam finds Kai, restrained and hurt. He releases her and they go to her computer so Sam can show her the location where the message originated from. It takes him a while, but he eventually finds it. Sam packs some of the seeds and they both run out of the vault, to tell the others about the message. Mason catches them and tells them that no one is leaving. Suddenly, there's a banging noise outside. They go to check the monitors and see the cannibals storming the doors, trying to take them down. The leader puts Dexter's severed head up to the camera, then breaks the camera. Mason orders everyone that can shoot to be given a gun and to get the rest of the people that can't to the vault. Cooper helps the people inside the vault, when he hears running on the level above. As the colonists wait for the cannibals to break open the doors, the lights go out for a second. The doors open, but no one enters. More noise can be heard from somewhere inside the shelter. Suddenly, cannibals burst out of the vents inside the shelter and attack Cooper, then go after the people in the vault. Fortunately, one of the kids closes the hatch in time. Meanwhile, Sam and the others realize that they are already inside, crawling in the vents, when they begin bursting out of them. They fight a few of them off, but more keep appearing. Victor faces off with the leader, as Sam and Kai try to keep the rest away while running toward a safe place to hide. The leader kills Victor eventually. Meanwhile, Mason escapes to a safe room, but closes the door in front of Sam's and Kai's face. The woman inside knocks Mason out and opens the door for them. They reseal the door in time to keep the incoming cannibals out, but since the door won't hold for long, Sam shows them a path that leads to the surface. Sam opens the vent and they all crawl inside, apart from Mason. He throws him a gun and when he points it at him, Sam says that he'll need every bullet and goes inside the vent. The cannibals tear the door down and when Mason sees them come inside the room, he shoots a tank of gas, blowing them all up. The leader manages to jump into the vent and save himself. He reaches Sam and they fight inside the vent, then fall through it into another room. They continue to fight there, when the leader gets the upper hand on Sam and begins to pound him down. He tells him that he wants more. At one point, Sam gets control over the fight and starts to savagely hit the leader. Eventually, he cuts his head off. The rest of the survivors manage to get outside of the outpost and see it burning on the inside. Sam shows up at the entrance. He joins them and says that they need to walk toward the location they got from the message. The survivors listen to him and begin the long walk through the ice and snow. They have only one rule left out there: to survive. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.